and welcome to the Dawg Chug with your host, Ed in Columbus. Yeah, that's right. Your host, Ed in Columbus, co-host on the Barking Browns, co-host on Down with the Dog Browns. But guess what? I'm your host tonight and your host moving forward. But I want to bring along my co-hosts, Andy and Roger. Come on down. Oh, they're just going to leave me? Well, you know what? That's what people want to see anyways. I want to see me. I love me some me. Hey, Roger. Hey, Andy. Trying to leave me out to hang, I see.
I'm glad to be working for you.
It's about time. It's about damn time.
Ed, good job opening the show. And congrats that you were promoted to actual co-host of the Barking Browns. But not to be outdone by them, we decided we had to go bigger. We had to go stronger. So we made Ed Columbus the official host of the Dawg Chug.
You know what? I am so honored. You know, Andy, I will say one thing. You were the first one to recognize the talents of Ed in Columbus. You said 2022 is the year of the Ed. And you know what, Andy? Those are the only two things you've probably ever gotten correct in your life. But I appreciate them. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ed. You are a great host. I apologize to the audience that has to suffer through Ed, but we had to get that funny joke in against the Barking Browns. I'm not sure if it even landed.
Roger's the host. Roger's always been the host.
Roger has always been the host. We should also bring on the wonderful Ross, who is helping produce the show.
What up? A real producer.
A great.
Yeah. You know what?
And you don't got time for producing. I know it. You just want to be the star of the show.
Thank you.
You can't just be producing if you want to be on camera full time.
No, I called you a weasel when Andy pulled the robbery on me and put you in, and I was in the green room, and then this funny joke in the free Ed movement and everything. I said some mean things about you, Ross, but you know what? You actually are a producer. You actually understand technology. You know what I understand? My mouth. That's what I do. So I want to thank you.
It's the money mouth. We call that the money mouth.
That's right. Andy, I'm kind of like a little nervous now. Can you take over being a host?
Well, I do also want to introduce kind of our fifth member of the Dawg Chug. If you've watched the past couple episodes, you know that I am a father to be, and my 16-week-old fetus. We actually implanted a chip that can communicate with us during the Dawg Chug. It's really exciting. So, Baby Manch, let's give you the mic. Do you want to say anything? Do you want to say anything on the Dawg Chug? See what he has to say.
Please, anyone out there listening, alert the authorities. I'm being held hostage on this awful show.
Well, Baby Manch, hate to break it to you, but there is no audience out there, so no one is hearing your message.
Oh, well.
I am so consumed with hate right now. I bet Hitler and Putin's father did a shitty podcast too.
Okay. Baby Manch, we're going to put you to the side.
He's so negative.
He's a very negative person.
I kind of like it.
Where does it get that attitude from? I'm just not sure.
It's genetic. Usually we bullshit around for a good 20, 30 minutes, then we bring on our guest. But tonight we have such an amazing guest that we're going to bring him on to basically kick off the show. And if anyone watched our first shitty episode of the Dawg Chug, he's actually coming back. So I'm going to introduce the one, the only, the great, the draft guru himself, the guy who's wrote more mock drafts than you have taken breaths today. Jacob Roach.
That's probably fairly accurate.
How's it going, Jacob? Thank you so much for coming on. We love when you are on the Dawg Chug.
I'm excited.
Hi, Jacob.
Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, dude.
I know. Hey, you know what? I want to thank you guys, you and Nick, for getting me this new this job promotion, and I won't let you down. And we're gonna rock and roll on the Barking Browns.
Hey, man, it was a spur of the moment decision. Best one I've ever made, I guess.
Hey, question. Well, we'll get into it.
One of those things that you say. Did I say that out loud? Is that what that was?
Yeah. Well, I was just wondering. Well, Andrew Perry
was that external monologue?
Was I supposed to say that?
No.
Is that allowed?
So I would like to know, how much did your ratings plummet from yesterday's show when it was announced that Ed is now a co-host?
Well, at first I thought that there was like a glitch. Like, you know how like a lot of times that after you get like a video stops streaming, it takes like a little bit of time to be like, oh yeah, you got X amount of views, but that ticker's still at 0. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
I made my kids. That can't be accurate. I made my kids watch.
I believe that.
It's the only time Ed actually spends time with his children is when he.
I know they love it. Yeah, it's quality time.
All right. Well, we're gonna say goodbye to Ross and the host of the show, Ed. And
Bye,
Jake,
host.
we have a couple questions for you that we thought would be fun. So let's begin. Everyone does those silly draft grades. They're so annoying. The day after the draft, the Browns get a B-, the Baltimore Ravens get an A+. The Dawg Chug is higher than all those dumb websites. So with that in mind, what grade would you give the Browns for what they're about to do?
It's an A. Yeah.
Wow. Jacob's giving them an A. That's awesome.
What a draft they had.
Good job, Andrew Barry. You're earning that money. All right, another question. Your co-host, Nick Carnes, the great Nick Carnes, has plenty of annoying habits. It's obvious to anyone that follows him. But you've worked with them for over a year now. So in your opinion, what's Nick Carnes' most annoying quality?
So Nick is 100% the most accepting person you've ever met. And that is such a great quality. Like, he's most genuine, most accepting person. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met. But sometimes, and I tell him this, and I love him to death, sometimes I think he accepts too much hate and says it's valid when just because he doesn't want to disrespect other people and their points of view. And I think sometimes he takes more shit than he should.
Wow.
Nick's all love. He's a Browns hippie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we'd be dancing around the stadium with the long white gown on with the guitar because he just is like so happy and just like,
yeah,
he's just like the most cheerful person in the world, man.
You could tell Nick he was a piece of shit and he would just be like,
well, that might be your opinion.
Yeah, he's like, well, I mean, I guess I understand why you would say that. I just hope you would reconsider. Like,
he's
a nice.
So yeah.
So
he's a nice.
Actually, maybe Manch weigh in on this one. Let's see what Baby Manch. What do you have to say?
That's a decent answer, Jacob. But I would have gone with what an insatiable downer he is. No matter what happens in this damn town, you can bet Nick Carnes is gonna find something to shit on about it. What a miserable fucking prick.
Oh my, that's ridiculous.
That one was loaded up and fired.
Hey, Nick.
That's just ridiculous. Let's move along.
We'll find out if Nick watched the Dawg Chug tonight.
All right, so everyone is so focused on what the Browns are going to do with pick 44, and we're all hearing the same like 10 names, and it becomes tedious. So, Jacob Roach, draft guru, who will the Browns draft with their top pick in 2023?
2023 is the year that they potentially have to make the decision on Jedrick Wills at left tackle and/or Jack Conklin at right tackle. So, a tackle.
Do you have a tackle in mind? I mean, come on, you're the draft guru.
That dude.
All right,
I don't know.
It'll be someone from Alabama.
Yeah, probably. Isn't it always?
Okay, last question. You've done multiple mock drafts.
Yeah.
How many do you think you've done over the past 12 weeks, in your opinion? That's not the question. I'm just trying to.
Like, it's over 100. It's over 100.
Over 100 mock drafts. Okay, well, you've been dealing with the specific picks the Browns have had multiple times. So, can you, from memory, say exactly what picks the Browns have this draft?
This draft right now, as of right now.
Yep.
Yeah. What number of picks do we have?
44, 44, 78, 99, 118, 202. And then it gets a little bit murky. It's there's two more because they have two in the sevens and one's 243. Oh wow, good question. It's
I would have one.
did I got 202 and then I think it's 2. Is it 236?
Not
It's
230.
not murky. It's a whole number.
You know what's amazing? I asked Ed in Columbus the same question, and he said 236 incorrectly.
I'm running out of it because like I've written it how many times?
100 times.
Yeah, like 100 times I put it down there. So I think there's one in the 220s and one in the 240s, I believe.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
223 and 246. That's a great job.
46.
Man.
You
Yeah,
are
after 44, I would have been done. I read so many of your mock draft, like so much. I'm overloaded, and like I don't know anybody in the draft right now. Usually, I have one or two guys that I love. Right now, I'm just overloaded with football players. I don't know who's who because I read everything.
I think you had an interesting draft question.
So much information, man.
Yeah. All right, Roger. Do you have a question?
I do. I do. If you have a cold hot pocket, is it just a pocket?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's just a pocket.
It's just a pocket.
It's just like you're like
You go in the kitchen, you say, I'm just gonna have a pocket.
You're like, I'm just gonna go have a pocket. It's
my wife asked me, what'd you have for lunch? I said I had a pocket. She was very confused and she got very mad at me about why I called it that. So she might object.
She might. Yeah, she's an intelligent, rational human being, unlike us.
I don't know. She doesn't think cereal.
Hey, give me a pocket.
All right. We're going to move along to our favorite game on the Dawg Chug, Spit, Sip, Chug. Did we have you on? Have you played Spit, Sip, Chug before in the past? I can't remember.
Yeah, we've done it.
We did it on the mashup.
One time I was blown away by how feverishly you spit on your own floor.
I think we did it on the mashup.
Yeah,
is where you did it because we didn't. He was on the first episode. We didn't. I don't even want to watch that.
No,
I don't even know what the hell we did. I can't even imagine.
I know I made a bunch of bets on that show that were wrong.
Actually, this is kind of funny. Elon Musk, he's trying to buy Twitter, and he says he's going to like open it up, allow free speech, which is a pretty commendable thing, I think. But he did say his one caveat is we got to get rid of that first episode of the Dawg Chug.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, we're going to move on to Spit, Sip, Chug. We've got 4 great questions tonight. Question number 1. I'm going to read a statement for the audience that doesn't understand. I'm going to read a statement. If you strongly agree, you're going to chug and explain why. If you're on the answer, you're going to sip. And if you strongly disagree, you're going to spit and explain why. So here we go with question number 1. The former guest on the Dawg Chug, the great Max the Bison, recently published an article that the Browns can't compete for a Super Bowl this year if they fail to significantly address the defensive tackle position. So with that in mind, the Browns can win a Super Bowl with their current crop of defensive tackles. Jacob.
Like right now? No. You gotta spit everything out. They don't even have a starter on the roster right now. No, absolutely not. Now, do they have to go out and swing for the fences and get one at 44? No. But as they sit right now, like you can plug it in there as long as the rest of the defense is fine. You had a top 10 defense right last year with awful defensive tackles, so I don't give a shit. But no, not as they stand right now. Absolutely not.
All right. I'm gonna go a slightly different direction. Basically, I'm spitting on that. I loved Max's article. Sorry. However, every team, even Super Bowl teams, have a weak position. I think the Browns. I hope they do a lot to address the defensive tackle. We just have a lot of guys at this point, but I think they can manage to get by. If everyone else does a great job, they can kind of handle the fact that the defensive tackle position is ugly. And you know what? If you get up by a lot of scores, if your offense is good enough, then really the run game kind of isn't as important. So, spitting on that, Roger.
Yeah, they if they don't fix the defensive, I mean, there's nobody on the defensive line that I read an article about and Jordan. They talked about Jordan Elliott and where he's at, and that he hasn't shown that he's going to be able to. There's no corner to turn. He is what he is, a rotational player. You know, they gambled on the one kid that got arrested, and he was a beast. If he would have kept his nose clean, there's nobody on the defensive line, so I'm spitting on that. Yeah.
And let me ask you this. Actually, I just thought of this. If the Browns, let's say they draft a player and they go sign someone and they sort of fill out the room, and those two guys get injured during the playoffs, and then we make it to the Super Bowl, is everyone going to be like, oh, we have no chance and now we can't win now? Of course not.
Well, in that case, I mean,
the Cincinnati Bengals lost their defensive tackles, and they still played pretty hard. So
I think in those situations, look what happened with the guy named, what was his name? The offensive lineman that they brought in. You know, when a team's jacked up, and it's a Super Bowl, I think it's a different scenario. I don't think two missing defensive tackles is going to lose you a Super Bowl necessarily. You know what I mean? If they have guys ready to play that can play.
I don't think it's a position that wins you or loses you a Super Bowl now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
But I see what you're saying, Andy. I see what you're saying.
Okay, we're moving on to question number 2. Don't sleep on day one of the draft, Browns fans, because Andrew Berry is all in, and he will slide into the first round to get his guy. I'm spitting again. Andrew Berry is not moving up in this draft that high. He's going to move up a little bit. It's not going to be what it would take to get into the first round. Plus, those picks, I guess maybe analytics says they're more valuable because you get them for that 5th year. So that works against me, but I'm still spinning. He's not going to move up that high. He's going to move up just a little bit.
My turn?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to sip on it because I never know what the hell Andrew Berry's going to do. You know, I'm just sipping on it because, out of nowhere,
That's fair.
He's got that face where everybody believes him about Baker Mayfield. Meanwhile, he's like, I'm fucking getting this quarterback because we can't win a championship unless we have an elite quarterback. I don't give a shit what anybody says because it's the only way we're going to win a Super Bowl. And meanwhile, he's smiling the whole time on the podium and he's polite and everything. He's a killer. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Honest answer I've ever heard. I love it. That's why you're the best, Roger. Jacob?
I'll spit on that thing over there as well, but I'm going to tell you why, because he's more likely to move back than he is to move up.
All right.
You've got to recoup the draft. You've already given up so much draft capital and listen, barring I think Andy makes a good point. I think 35 is the range, right? So he's at 44. If you're looking at a JOK style player falling and he like Treylon Burks, I don't think he does, but he's the one that we've been, told him, or even I've heard George Karlaftis could fall out of the first round, which would be just, I'm telling you, if you could still find a way to get Karlaftis opposite Miles, that's going to be an interesting, next 4 years. But if somebody JOK-esque falls to 35, 36, yes, but not the first round.
All right. And I think, we got Ross to bring in.
All right. You guys are forgetting about James Arthur Haslam III. That idiot listened to a homeless guy to draft Johnny Manziel. You don't think he's trying to win it all right now? He knows he's got a Super Bowl roster. He's got to do it now. He already gave up all his draft picks in the future for this quarterback we're going to potentially start every single game. And I also really want to drink, so I'm chugging.
Yeah, that's fair. I respect it.
There you go.
That
was beautiful.
Roger, I take away that you're the best. Ross, you are the best. That was
Right, yeah, definitely. Hands down.
But I was
it
going
was a great entrance. He just majestically swooped in, did what he had to do, and swooped right back out. I love it.
I was going to say, there's so many kind of great talent kind of cropped up right around pick 44. Mm-hmm. I think Barry's going to, you're right. I think he might trade down because he loves two guys there and to move back a little bit. Ensure he gets one. But you're right. If the right player slips to like that 35 range, I think he could make a big move, which would be amazing.
And Andy, part of it was, will he go get his guy? And he went and got his guy with Deshaun Watson. Andrew Berry's going to go get his guy. Maybe not to the first round, like Jacob said, but if it's to go up to 35, he's going to go get his fucking guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he's shown that. He's proven that.
This draft is really interesting because there's not these great names at the top, right? Like some people have said that this is a bad draft. I disagree. I heard today, I didn't even know this. Did you know of the draft eligible players, like all the players that they can draft? This is the biggest pool ever.
Wow.
Like, because last year was the smallest because of COVID. And then because of that extra year of eligibility, you're looking at the biggest pool ever. There's probably only like, most NFL teams probably only have like 10, 15 first round grades max. But I'd be willing to bet that second and third round grades for most teams exceed 32 apiece. If you go to they don't have as many firsts as there will, but they have more twos and threes because I think the middle of the pack, like 2 through 5 of this draft, is loaded. Right,
and that's just where that's the sweet spot to build a roster if you hit on guys in those spots.
That's where that's how the Patriots
and maybe that's what they're aiming for. Yeah.
This was a great draft class to get that compensatory pick in the third round.
Yes, it is.
All right, let's move it along. So it was just announced today that Nathan Zagura will be joining the Cleveland Browns radio team as the color analyst. So Nathan Zagura will do a great job in this role. Roger, we're going to start with you.
I'm going to chug on that. I like Nathan Zagura. I know he's he's paid by the Browns and he's always positive, but that's what sports is for me. So I love it. I love Homer radio. You know what I mean? But I also think he's just very articulate and he's well spoken. And what I think is going to happen is that he's going to learn from the man. Donovan's going to be 70 in a couple years, and he's learning from the man. And at some point, it's going to be Zagura and Joe Thomas. And down the road, because Jimmy's going to hang him up eventually, enjoy the rest of his life, I think that's what the future holds. I think he can be the lead man if he learns from Donovan.
Dude, I if I had one, I'd shotgun it. Like that is going to be an electricity gold mine on the radio, right? Like I love anytime the Browns score an exciting touchdown, I instantly go to Twitter because I know somebody is going to clip Donovan calling it on Twitter, and I've got to find it. I can't tell you how many times I've muted the TV and put Donovan on. A lot of times it doesn't sync up and it drives me crazy. But if I can have Zagura's electricity and Donovan's, when things are good. Like if we're winning with those two calling it, forget about it.
All right. Well, I'm going to make this a clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
Nathan Zagura, it does a great job as a sideline reporter. He's so quick. He knows his team forward and backwards. His energy is, like Jacob said, it's going to be great. I'm really excited. Obviously, Joe Thomas would have been amazing because he just has such unique perspective. But I think Zagura is just going to keep things moving along, and he's going to be great at it. I'm excited. So, looks like Baby Manch wants to weigh in on this one.
Oh boy.
Are you guys fucking kidding me right now? What's the matter, Cleveland Browns? Ed in Columbus said no, so you went down your list until Zagura said yes. Pathetic. I wouldn't even approve Nathan being on this stupid show, which he'd never do because Wednesday nights he's too busy watching All Elite Wrestling while jerking off and screaming, bro.
Andy, where does he learn this stuff?
I have no idea. Heather's got a potty mouth, though. I will say that.
Potty mouth.
Jeez. Sorry, Nathan. My son is going to be a huge dickhead. So probably going to be a Steelers fan.
Oof. Rough
years
day.
And years of therapy.
Yeah. Lifetime.
Thousands and thousands of dollars.
Ross just brought up that AEW is great. Which where it is. Okay.
Hey,
is anybody watching, or do we still have zero viewers?
Still have 0 viewers.
Oh.
Have you? I don't know if you guys watched.
Maybe Elfman, MC. Maybe they really are watching. My two guys. You gotta love Elfman and MC Lawrence. They promote us. I want to drop that in there. And Mac, and the one guy Max too.
Jake, what do you Max the Bison?
Oh
yeah,
Max
the Bison.
Max. No, his name's Max. Come on, stop being silly.
Bison.
All right. I got it on in the background. The NFL Nation, ESPN's like mock draft, and I'm going to tell you right now, Jordan Davis going to the Ravens is a nightmare scenario for the Browns.
Wow,
that is who they took. It makes all the sense in the world for Baltimore to do that. And my God, I hope it doesn't happen.
That is crazy. You just said that. That was my next spit, sip, chug question. So we already know your answer on that one, so we can skip that one.
No.
All right. This weekend, Andrew Berry is going to draft more offensive players for the Browns than he will defensive. And Jacob, we'll start with you on this one.
I'm gonna sip because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like I don't know how many picks they end up with because, like I said, I do think movement happens, so I don't know where they end up. For me, it's probably going to be half and half, or because I could see it be like 3 offense, 3 defense, and a kicker, or something along those lines. I'm gonna sip because I think it's likely. If it's not even, I think offense will likely be more than defense.
Okay. I am going to chug on this one. And it's pretty simple. We literally put a lot of draft assets at the defense last year. And I think, we want to make this offense faster, more electric, which is why we're not going to re-sign Jarvis Landry. Sorry, everyone. And I think they have a little bit more work to do offensively to mold it into the Deshaun Watson offense than they feel they have work to do to get the defense going. So I think you're going to see more names called on the offense, but it could easily be 3-3 with a special teamer. But I'm chugging anyway, and probably just because I like beer. Roger.
I'm going to sip on this, and hold on. I'm going to sip on it because what I'm hearing from my sources is that this can go either way. This can be a pretty even draft for them. And we also don't know how many draft picks they're going to end up with. And that's what my sources are telling me.
Wait a minute.
Hearing from my what? That's what I'm hearing from my sources. That it's going to be. We don't know how many draft picks they're going to end up with anyway. If anything, it's going to fall, a little more offensively heavily. That's what I'm getting from my guys. So.
You think it might be 3-3 and a kicker?
I think Roger's sources are saying it's going to be more offensive than defense. Roger and I are very plugged in over at the Dawg Chug, as you can tell from the quality.
Yeah.
I was 100% answering a text message, and I didn't catch on.
I'm just telling you what my sources tell me, and that's all I can pass on.
Thank you for being super engaged, Jacob. We bring you quality guests here on the Dawg Chug. So pay attention. Just messing with you. All right. We're going to move it along. This is fun and exciting. I asked Jacob to prepare a couple of bets that we can actually make on the Browns. I'm always trying to make money because we don't really get anyone paying us money to do the Dawg Chug. So we have to make it ourselves. So basically, I'm gonna share my screen here. Let's see if I can do this without screwing it up. All right, here we go. And I did not do that.
I can't read that.
Hold on. Jeez, oh man. The Dawg Chug
nice screensaver.
Sucks so bad, doesn't it?
Look at that thing.
Right, we're gonna just
It's Andy, why is your background like a generic background?
You can't even change it to like anything.
I was gonna do. I actually had it as the baby manch picture from when they what is that called when they take pictures inside the ultrasound. I actually had it as baby manch's ultrasound, but unfortunately he hurt my feelings so bad today I had to remove
you generic it.
Yeah. Okay, So you can now see. Okay, we're in the
We're going to win an
draft.
Emmy this year.
Yeah. We have all these bets that you can make on the draft this weekend. Jacob, you prepared 3 bets, so you're gonna try and convince me. And if you do a good job, I'm actually gonna put real money on the line, and we'll see how we do. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, so I've got 2 of them that are like middle tier.
All right.
And then I've got one that's plus 1,000.
Wow, I love
And
that.
I really like it because I really believe it. There's like a lot to it. We'll get to it last. So we've talked about the wide receivers in this class, especially at nauseum as Browns fans. And one of the things that is talked about on the national side is the cornerback class. We haven't really talked about it. I know Marcus Harvey for a while was advocating for a corner at 14 or at 13 prior to the Deshaun Watson trade, but there's some really good corners. I mean, you look at Derek Stingley, you got Sauce Gardner, you got Andrew Booth, you've got Trent McDuffie, you've got Kyer Elam, all these guys that are considered first round guys. So I think this is a prop bet that you should take to the bank. I have 5+ wide receivers and 4+ cornerbacks going in the first round. I think you easily hit both of them. You got your big 5 wide receiver. I think 6 or 7 wide receivers may go in the first. And I think at least 4, if not 5 corners go in the first, depending on where Kyer Elam falls. And I know I'm missing one. I can't remember who I'm missing right now off the top of my head. But I think if you look at the top 50 players, there will be 5 wide receivers and 4 corners there easily.
And you're saying you're super confident on this. This is terrible odds, by the way. You have to bet 100 to win 40.
I know.
All right, I'm gonna do.
That's why I'm telling you it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. All right, I'm putting $100 on this one. Let's go. Place
All
bet.
right.
Okay, what's your second bet?
See the action.
All right, the second one, it gets a little bit more interesting. Okay. Last night on the Barking Browns, I told you my top 10. When I told you my top 10, how I thought the first 10 picks of the draft would go, at number 6, I had Kenny Pickett to Carolina.
Whoa!
At number 8.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Roger.
No. I remember I saw that when you at the end of the show when you did that, and that's where everybody has. That's why Panthers are waiting to see where he falls, right?
Yeah. I think they take Kenny Pickett, and I think Seattle gets Baker Mayfield. But and then I picked at number 8 Garrett Wilson. So the prop bet is Kenny Pickett will be the first quarterback taken, and Garrett Wilson will be the first wide receiver taken.
Okay.
I can't remember the odds on that one.
Take it, Andy.
It to be no. Sorry. Let's see.
Bet.
First quarterback selected. Garrett Wilson, first wide receiver selected. That pays 300 plus 350. So let's see. We'll do. Let's do 30 on that one. 30 to win $105.
Cheers.
Okay,
it gets interesting.
Okay.
This bet is plus 1,000. And it's wild. All right. The first 2 parts of it are something we just talked about. And that is that the Atlanta Falcons will go wide receiver first. The Carolina Panthers will go quarterback first. There will be under 7.5 offensive linemen taken in the first round. And Trayvon Walker goes number 1 to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Wow. Plus 1,000.
Plus 1,000 odds. And I genuinely believe that all 4 of those things happen. I think you're going to get 7 linemen. I think that's where it's going to be 6 or 7. So that's under that 7.5. I think Trayvon Walker, I don't know why Trent Baalke's like, let's do that instead of the sure thing. He's got great upside. That's great. And like I just told you, Kenny Pickett goes 6 and Garrett Wilson goes 8. So there you go. Those are the other 2.
All right. Well, I'm putting 20 on this, so it pays 200. Ross just points out that I'm literally putting on Twitter that I'm committing a crime because you're not allowed to gamble in the state of Ohio. But fortunately, no one's watching anyway, so who cares, right? Okay. So I've bet $200 on your bets, and now for a little bit of fun, we're going to bring on the host of the Dawg Chug, Ed in Columbus. Now, Ed, you love to be the best at everything, correct?
I am.
Because you are the best, right?
Yeah, that's why Jacob and Nick know that. That's why I love them. They know that.
Who is the best?
I'm not saying I'm better than, but I am the best.
Right. Out of the 3 people that are hosting the Barking Browns, who is the best?
Well, if you don't say yourself, you shouldn't be on the show.
Right. So with that said, who is the best?
I am.
Okay. On the Dawg Chug, out of the 5 members, including Baby Manch, who is the best?
Baby Manch. Baby
Whoa!
Manch. I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. I gotta be honest.
Right. Fair enough. Who's the best that's currently birthed?
Oh, myself by far. Yeah. Without a doubt.
So, Ed, we all know Jacob is the draft guru, and the question is, can Ed in Columbus prove that he's better than the draft guru at his game? So I'm giving Ed the chance to
let's illegally bet on Twitter.
Yeah, let's illegally bet on Twitter. All right. So go ahead and you've prepared 3 bets. Let's go.
Okay, so my first one, and I looked at your list earlier. I don't know if the same list, but I got it at minus 140. So I don't know how this really works. It's a minus better than a plus. I don't know. Whatever.
No.
I didn't think so.
Minus means it's more likely, but it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm gonna say. I just want to.
It has better odds. Yes.
Ed in Columbus, we like to say things. We're gonna hedge our bets against what Jacob did. That's what we're gonna do. Hedging today.
All
so
right.
Skye Moore drafted in the 2nd round. We have it at a minus 140.
Okay, so you have $200 to spend. What do you?
Well, if I'm gonna go that, then fine. Let's do that. Let's put 50 on it.
Okay, we're gonna put 50 on this. And by the way, if anyone wants to make money, just bet the exact opposite of all these bets, and you will win a little.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
We're handicapped.
Okay, we got 50 on that one. Pays 35. All right, continue.
All right, at minus 160, we got 0-3 Georgia Bulldogs being selected in the 1st round, and here's why I like that bet. Because I think, 0-3, that's, we don't want to do that. I think there's going to be more now. Now that I read what the bet is, let's see here. What happens if there's more?
So you didn't wait. Hold up.
So my thinking is there's going to be 4 to 5.
Hold on. There's a bet right here. Plus,
there is that.
There it is. Well, we're rocking with that guy.
Okay.
You're the
4
best, Ed.
Georgia Bulldogs will be drafted in the 1st round. Wow, you really prepared this, Ed. Thank you.
I got names. I got Walker. I got Davis. I got Pickens. I got Wyatt, and I got N'Kobe Dean. So I got names.
All right,
I'm prepared.
You've got 150 left. What do you want to put on this one?
We're just, you know what? We're gonna go. Let's go 50 as well.
All right, so now that means you're gonna put 100 on the last.
Oh, that's why I'm waiting to the last one. That's the dramatic effect. I'm a professional, Andy. I'm a professional here.
You're the best member of the Dawg Chug that's birthed. Yeah,
I'll tell you
thank
this,
you.
Ed.
Okay,
so Wyatt will not go in the 1st round.
Well, okay, Jacob. Then you're making this really interesting, aren't you?
He's the only one though. I'm not sure about.
Okay, fair enough.
What's your last?
Well, this is the big hundo right here. The big hundo, and it's at minus 250. Drake London in the 1st round, and under 3.5 QBs in the 1st one, because I think Pickett, Willis, and Ritter will go. That's 3. That's under 3.5, and I think Drake London will be our 1st round pick.
Ooh.
All right, Ed. Jacob. What do you think about that one?
That one's hard because I'm trying. Here's the thing: like, I'm with you that those 3 quarterbacks are. Drake London's going in the 1st round. Yes.
Yeah. That's yes.
The quarterbacks is where you got to wonder. I'm with you. Pickett goes, Willis goes, Ritter goes.
Who are you thinking? Who sneaks in there? Who sneaks in there?
I think Sam Howell's going to sneak in.
Ooh, wow.
That's
why I like this bet. You know what? That's why I like this bet now, because we all know the 1st is a given, and it should seem like it's a simple bet, But Jacob, see, that's why Jacob's the guru. I'll give Jacob credit. He is a guru. That's why, this is interesting.
This is what I've heard, and you can take it with a grain of salt. That teams are really looking to get into the back end of the first round for quarterbacks.
Wow.
Well, hey, you know what? Then I lose.
But Ed, here's the thing.
I lose. Yeah.
What if only one or two goes before then? It may still only be 3, maybe 4, but there's a chance, depending on the way things fall, where you might get 2 or 3 in the 25 to 32.
Well, then I lose, or Andy loses.
Yeah, I'm the loser. All right.
Actually, if Andy loses, I win. Jacob, who's these quarterbacks is going to make Andy lose money?
They shouldn't. Ed, you should win.
All right.
You should win.
I'm making the $100 bet here. It pays out
Yes.
$40.
Right.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna
Money's
bring.
down.
Let's hold on. Let's close this. Jeez Louise. And let's bring Ross on. Ross, you've been monitoring the Twitter. Has everyone fallen asleep from this terribly boring bit?
Jacob,
no one's commented yet.
Off.
There's been zero interaction on YouTube, zero interaction on
Everyone's
Twitter.
Drive, get their ass kicked. Sorry, the Guardian.
Yeah. I do have a question for Jacob, though.
Yes.
So, Jacob, if you saw an endangered animal eating an endangered plant, what would you do?
How delicious? 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
How delicious is A, the plant, and B, the animal?
How delicious is the plant and the animal?
Yeah, both.
What? I don't know if pandas are in danger anymore. Is that a good example?
Ross, will you take Andy's mask off?
You're thinking about cooking the animal to save the plant if it's edible.
Honestly, does anyone in this current video know any endangered plants?
No. I got one.
Absolutely
Ross,
not.
Ross, I got an
Absolutely not.
endangered plant.
Well,
Hey,
I know.
The sack gets a little low, if you know what I mean.
I'm saving whatever tastes better.
Okay. So you're actually going to kill one of them just because?
Well, no, not necessarily. Well, I guess.
It's a dilemma.
All right. Well done, answer. You cannot throw Jacob. He has an answer for everything. Now, Ross is prepared. We want to do our own version of a mock draft. So, Ross, you have prepared a Dawg Chug mock draft. So, I'm going to turn this over to you. Let's go.
All right.
Please.
So here we go.
Yes.
We're doing a superhero mock draft.
Oh.
Yes.
And there's superheroes and villains.
Yes.
I'm using a Fear Maker for this. So hopefully it can help you remember superheroes. If you don't know which ones, there's a shit ton on here. So kind of just go from your heart who you want to draft, and it's probably on this big list.
I hope we're going 15 rounds because that'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
We're going 4 rounds. The only rule I have is you can see this pre-made list has 2 versions of Batman. You can't do a double version. If one person picks Batman and someone picks the other version of Batman, we're not letting that happen. So
it's not going to be a nerd fest. I mean, this is a cool thing, Ross.
You have to make these kind of rules because you have Jacob and Andy here, and I know they're superhero nerds. So
I can't get Adam West Batman.
I don't think he's on the list, but that would have been a good one.
Damn it!
And I did do a random order here, so this was all random. But my original thought was Ed should be last because when you're the best team in the NFL, you get the last pick.
Ross knows. Yeah, Ross. Yeah.
Baby Manch wanted to weigh in here. He was hoping he could, if he got a selection, he just wanted to make it known. So hold on, let's see what Baby Manch. Go ahead.
I draft Thanos so he could snap his finger. Only having half of you fucks. Making my ears bleed would still be annoying, but it would be a vast improvement.
It would
Andy,
be better, yeah.
Andy, you got the first pick. Do you want Thanos?
No, I want obviously Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
He's my
I want Tobey Maguire's always my Spider-Man. I don't care what people say. I don't care.
Yeah. Baby Mansion gotten into the Bud Light cooler. It's
into the victory fridge, you mean?
Because he's getting vicious.
Well, he's kind of a dick like his old man.
So, Spider-Man was a great choice. Yeah, honestly, I don't. For me, I just don't think this question is even that hard. It's Ichigo Kurosaki. It's easy.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Man, is that even on here?
Yeah. Who? Like, I
It might be.
anime.
You never know. Ichiko. I don't think so.
Hold
Is
on,
that like
I'm
Ichiro Suzuki?
no, I'm looking.
Is it spelled with an I, right? No?
Yeah, it's-
Okay, it's not on there. This is all in alphabetical order.
Well, I mean,
Can
you've got the robot chick, and you don't have.
Hey, I didn't. This is someone made this template. Okay, I thought I had a good amount of choices, but you picked the one that no one knows. So
just leave it empty and we'll just put it
He's
right. It's a
one of
right in.
Shonen's like big five. Like,
Wow.
You've got every My Hero Academia. on
Oh
there,
wait,
and you don't-
who did? What was the name?
Ichigo Kurosaki.
No, I don't see him. Sorry.
oh, well,
All right.
pick another one, Jacob.
Yeah, pick another one.
Sure, All Might, I guess. Fucking bargain.
All Might.
No, wait, hold on.
Oh, smart.
This is you can't. It's like,
Roger's
Go
like,
from your
oh,
heart. You don't got to rely on my list, but
well, I tried to go from my heart, then you told me to eat it.
yeah, I did.
like
We
the
go
Carolina
down-
Reaper.
I mean, I should have had a timer, and if you don't pick it, you lose it, just like in the real draft.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can go. I don't know what his. It's probably his actual name. Izuku Midoriya, maybe if he's.
Izuku Midori.
Jacob, will you explain to Dawg Chug audience what you're doing with the Carolina Reaper?
I will. Hold on, I gotta.
Yeah, I don't think it's in here.
Yeah.
IZ. No.
Oh my gosh, just
Well, oh my God, there's every other My Hero.
it's getting bad. It's getting bad.
Jesus, hold on a second. Go up for a second, just a second. There, he's right there under Deku because they use his fucking hero name. He's over
Oh
there.
my
Over,
God.
over.
Oh, okay. His hero name. Look at that. Deku. All right. So
All right.
those nerds watching, maybe we gained a couple viewers, but I doubt they're watching. All right, Roger.
You know what? I never knew what went on at the nerds table in the cafeteria. Now I know. I would sit over with like the cool kids and look over and wonder what you guys are doing. Now I know. I'm taking Hong Kong Fooey is that's my first superhero. Do you know who Hong Kong Fooey is?
Hong Kong Fooey. Man, okay, so wow, you guys
He
are
was a
really good at
cartoon.
picking what's not on this list.
Yeah,
All
Roger.
right, then I'm going to take the Wolverine then.
All right,
Is
Wolverine.
he on the list?
Here we go.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
of course.
well,
He's
hey.
Wolverine.
All right.
Hey,
You know, people actually know who that is.
Hong Kong Fooey's not on the list.
Yeah.
Know who.
All
There's
right,
a chance though with these oddballs on here.
Ed in Columbus.
hey, all I gotta say is Wolverine's gonna get his ass kicked in Columbus this year. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, good one. Nice. Well
But
done.
you know what? I love the Cleveland Browns, and I know things are going down, and you know a lot of women especially are upset. So my first take or pick, I should say, is Black Widow. We're going Black Widow.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
I know that one, Ed.
yeah. So do
And,
I. So does the audience.
I guess to be slightly fair, we'll do it in snake order.
All right, Ed, take.
Oh.
You get the next pick.
Well, this gal, this lady, this superhero is a classic. Wonder Woman, come on down.
All right. We will get
Wow.
that for you.
Ed, it takes a lot of women that he.
I don't want a bunch of dudes around me. I'd rather
Right.
have the ladies.
How many superheroes have you masturbated to?
Correct.
Browns After Dark.
Does 1999 Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, TRL count?
Gross. All right, Roger, get back up.
I want to take the Wonder Twins and the Monkey Gleek. Are they on the list?
Yes,
No.
Wonder Twins.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Hey, she was hot with the elf ears. I liked her when I
Oh,
was.
there you go.
Jacob's
Look at
mad.
She
that.
was in the Justice League. Yeah.
There are a bunch of oddballs on here, but just
There
not
we
the
go,
first two you
baby.
guys mentioned.
All right, Jacob.
I'm drafting
Pick someone
strong.
else that no one's ever heard
scroll. I need to know my options.
Oh God.
of.
You got the Powderpuff Girls. You got Captain Planet, Captain Rainbow, Crimson Chin. Remember him?
Oh, the Crimson Chin. That's a good one.
Captain Falcon. I mean, I guess he's a superhero. I don't know.
He's a captain. They
What
even
is-
got what is this obscure bullshit?
There's an actual real life
a
doctor.
doctor and a fireman.
I like teacher. I like teacher.
A delivery man.
How about we take a 15-minute break so Jake can really look at the board and come up with an answer here?
He'll do 100 more rounds.
We'll do all of the rounds.
How would
Y'all
Dawg
gonna get
Chug
me-
Daily feel about
Yeah,
you
give me
publishing a
Saitama.
superhero mock draft?
Give me Saitama.
Hey, Andy,
Saitama?
y'all gonna get me fired from Barking
What was
Browns.
that? Wait,
Jacob
what
will
does
be mad.
Saitama start with? Is that a C?
An
Bound to
S.
happen eventually.
An
Yeah.
S. You're going the wrong way. He's right there.
Oh,
He's above
okay.
Sinestro.
We're gonna have to put a clock with Jacob.
Uh,
Jacob's gonna need a clock.
S.A. His name.
S.A. Okay.
Right-
Okay,
right
there you go. Well, there we go. Andy?
All right.
This
I
has been
am
rough.
a huge, Greta Thunberg fan. That's why I drive a Tesla. So
Oh my goodness.
Captain Planet.
Captain
Planet.
Planet.
There you go.
And then for my next selection, I am my favorite Marvel superhero / villain is obviously Kingpin. He was amazing. He portrayed in Deadpool and in a new. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. I'm going to take Kingpin. I love Kingpin. You always K. You got to go to K.
Yeah.
My-
Wait, there's something. Oh, I mixed something up there. There, yeah.
The alphabet
No.
stuff. I get it.
You said the
the
wrong. one.
alphabet's right.
Jacob.
Like in the.
Ross also read left to right as well.
So just because I
Try and
can,
get this in under 27 minutes.
give me Spider-Man Miles Morales.
And I told you, no doing clones.
That's a completely
It's
different
a different
person.
character. Different
Ross.
character. Just give him the fucking
I
character.
will. I'll give it to him.
Thank you.
He's a completely
Yeah,
different
but
person.
He's got a different skin color. Of course. he
Oh,
does.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Half
hey,
of them
you know what? Drafting him might get you a compensatory pick later down the line.
Also,
Half of America
different
doesn't even
powers than
doesn't
Peter
even
Parker.
accept that he's a real superhero.
he has just different powers than Peter Parker.
Roger.
Hulk.
Oh,
Angry.
look at
Jesus.
well, you know what though? He made his. Oh, there he is. He's the Hulk.
I don't know. You did this thing that I got real excited about. Now everybody's mad at me that I'm having a good time. Dicks.
Ed.
that. Ed.
Ross, can you scroll down a little bit?
Oh
geez.
God.
Hold on a second. Hold
That's
on.
right,
Stop.
Ross.
Stop.
That's right. Ed.
All right, all
You
right.
take
Just want to
your
make sure.
time.
Okay, just want to make
Wait,
sure.
who's Captain Amazing?
Just want to make sure. I'm gonna. You know what? This pick right here. I'm gonna rock. I'm gonna rock Storm.
Oh, there you go.
Another female that he masturbates to. Wow, shocking.
Why not Spider Gwen while you're at it?
He might get you a compensatory pick as well. So
oh, okay. Do I get to go now again?
You
Yes.
get to again.
All right. In this one,
The final
this one,
round.
I've been waiting for this pick, and everybody's gonna know why. But meow, Catwoman, come on
Yeah.
down.
whoa.
Whoa,
Nice
Ross,
try.
no. No, I'll put my 4 women up against anybody.
Some people would think Ed is just he loves women, but actually he's just really creepy.
Well, that can be true. Both can be true. Both can be true.
Roger, what's your final pick?
How about Hulk's friends with Captain America? Let's go with Captain America.
Okay.
Huge. That's a huge pick, Hulk.
Huge.
I'm not seeing. Oh, there. Wow. There's a lot of captains.
All right.
What aging character?
I
you
got to
picking
round
next?
this team out with one of my favorite childhood superheroes. Give me Darkwing Duck.
Oh, I used to watch that all the time. I used to watch that all the
There
time.
you go.
And I am going to finish it with Hancock because I hope that he slaps the shit out of Ed.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this draft ended a little differently than I expected. But, yeah, in the maybe on Twitter after the show, I'll give everyone a grade.
Nice. Jacob,
All right. Well,
you're-
that concludes the first annual superhero draft.
I can't wait for next season.
I'll add more anime next time.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. All right, Ed, I believe you.
Yeah, I got something I wanted to. Jacob, why does your nose run and your feet smell?
I've been wanting to wear that on the show for a while now. My mask. I'm just gonna add a little breakfast soup during the show here.
I didn't get Jacob's answer. This is good though.
What's the next segment? What are we doing?
Waiting for Jacob's answer.
Yeah, why did
it
your nose
Ed?
run?
Are you up, Ed?
I think Jacob has technical difficulties.
I've been wanting to wear that Hulk mask and do Hulk updates. They won't let me, Jacob.
I think Jacob's having some
they-
technical difficulties.
You guys like Fruity Pebbles?
Oh, Jacob, but we can't hear you.
Hey,
Just kick him out. Tell him to come back in. Come back out. And come back in.
This
Yeah,
is
Jacob,
one
you
of
might
my-
have to leave and come back in.
this is one of my favorite breakfast soups right here. Fruity Pebbles.
Y'all gonna get me fired. I'm telling you. my rice was good though. Little chicken fried rice right here.
Yeah, Jacob, if you're trying to talk, like you might
You got their
can't hear
chocolate
you.
cake?
You might want to go out and back in again.
Well, he picked a good time because we're eating. I mean, so. What kind of sub is that, Andy? That looks good.
What'd you have there? A hoagie?
Subway.
Was that order in?
Yeah. Was that on wheat bread or what kind of bread is that?
Italian.
How's
Oh,
your soup?
nice.
Roger, how's your soup?
My soup is delicious. Fruity Pebbles.
But it's
the
not
best
breakfast time
soup.
yet. It's not.
I don't
Not
think you
breakfast.
can beat Fruity Pebbles as the best breakfast soup there is.
You're eating breakfast soup at night?
Oh, every night I have a bowl of breakfast soup. What happened? Where'd Jacob go?
I think he left.
Either that or he's mad at us and hates us.
He was having testicle difficulties.
Yo, I'm telling you guys, I will not probably be on next Tuesday's edition of the Barking Browns.
Hey, what's up?
Jacob, I thought are you mad at us?
What the fuck what happened?
Oh, I asked you a question. I said, why does your nose run and your feet smell?
No, we never got an answer.
Well, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now? Why does your nose run and your feet smell?
You missed all that good dialogue? About an hour and a half we took us to write that.
Jacob, are you mad? Are you mad at me?
What? No, I don't know what happened. I went
Oh.
to get a brownie.
Yeah,
I
we
did
have, we have munchie breaks on the Dawg Chug.
I did a whole spiel on breakfast cereal. On breakfast soup, I mean. You missed it.
Oh my god.
I don't know what happened.
That's all good.
Hey, I almost got the chocolate with the marshmallow. The Cocoa Pebbles with marshmallow.
Yeah, with
That's
the
tempting.
watermelon.
I know, man. I almost got it. I was like, no, I'm gonna go old school and go Fruity
We like
Pebbles.
to
I had a
focus
taste for 'em.
on the Dawg Chug. We have observed you have been comfortable enough to eat many times doing your own podcast, so we thought it'd be hilarious if we all broke out food and ate during while you were answering a nonsense question.
Hey,
for
my
one-
sources tell me that you eat on the Barking Browns, so you like to have a meal once in a while.
Jacob,
so
no,
we figured.
Wait, but seriously, did you all mute your microphones?
No, that was actually just weird coincidence that
Yeah.
shit broke down.
I want to
I
tell
couldn't
the
hear- I was
audience
like,
that
what is going on?
Oh man, I gave a whole spiel about breakfast soup.
I didn't even get to eat dinner with my family because Andy's like, you got to wait and eat on the Dawg Chug tonight.
Well, I guess everyone will have to just rewatch the episode later. Thanks for
Yeah.
watching.
When's the last time you ate dinner with your family, by the way? The 90s?
Jeez, that's 80s, 89. Last time the Browns won a division title. 89.
That was
We are
fun.
going to move it along to one of our favorite games. Everyone knows 2022 is the year of the Ed. Obviously, he's now the co-host of the Barking Browns. He's the host.
Maybe not after what we pulled on Jacob just now.
Now, you're going to
That's true.
You're going to continue annoying
I'd
audience.
fire him.
Barking Browns. We're not going to hear you that easily. You're also on the amazing Down with the Browns, which is great.
Yeah, which I messed up the name. I'm sorry. I said Down with the Dogs and I said Browns. So I'm gonna get fired from that. I'm gonna get
Don't
fired
worry.
from Barking Browns.
Down with the
I
Dawg
screw up
Chug.
the Dawg Chug all the time. I'm always like Barking Chug. Whatever. I'm horrible. We're all horrible here. So, point is, it's the year of the Ed, and I have been trying to develop Ed to be even better than he is, which is impossible because he's already perfect. But we have been asking Ed a question, and he gets a chance to answer. Jacob, we'd like for him to compete against you. We're going to ask you the same question. We're going to give you a chance to answer the question, and then me, Roger, and Ross will all vote on the winner. Whoever gets more votes will be declared the winner. Is that something you would be up for?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the last.
I am glad though
Hey,
that Roger ate some breakfast soup.
Yes.
The last time we
I
played
thought,
this,
Ed, did you have a question? Okay, go. Never mind.
Ed asked his question. Actually, yeah. Jacob,
Why does your nose run and your feet smell? Shouldn't your nose smell and your feet run? But it says, why does your nose run and your feet smell? Which makes sense. I mean, it's what happens.
All right, you've asked the question, Jacob. Do you have an answer?
Well, yeah, like it's simple physics, right? So, like, if you try to use the small object to do a big object's job, well, that would be stupid.
All right.
It's gravity.
My answer is
Your nose runs because of gravity.
Okay, there you go. All right, you got your
So do you buy shoes for your nose? If your nose is running, do you buy shoes for your nose?
So we're gonna keep going. with this. Okay.
He's got two kids. He's got the dad jokes.
Sorry.
Paul
That was funny.
All right, Ed. Since you lost Ed School last week,
I beat Jessica, didn't I?
no, you played Zach last week and you lost.
Oh, that was
you lost.
Embarrassing
Zach.
fashion. You had a terrible answer.
What
And
do you call it? Say it was
Well,
rigged.
shout out to Zach who's having spaces during this.
Do you want to go first or do you want to go second?
You know what? I think as being the best and what Bill Belichick would do, I'm going to defer to the second half. Well, second Ed.
Jacob, we're going to ask you the question first. Please answer as concisely as you can, but give a meaty answer. Judges score good on that. Question is, specifically, what do the Browns need to do with their 2 picks in the 7th round in order to make the Cleveland Browns consistent winners long term? Go.
draft the 2 most athletic players left on the board.
Okay.
Oh.
Ed, let's see how you can do on this one.
Nothing. It's the 7th round. And if you think that a 7th round matters, then I don't know. Maybe you're taking this draft a little too seriously.
All right. Let's go with Roger. Roger, you're going to vote first. You had a better answer there.
You know what? When Jacob gave his answer, I was like, ooh, all right, here's Ed's chance. Here's Ed's chance to pile on and win this. And he just gave whatever. There's guys in the 7th round that can help you at the bottom of your roster on special teams, guys you can develop. I think 2 hosts of a podcast, and draft experts would give a little more in-depth answer. I'm going to fail them both on that.
You got to vote for one.
What was Andy? What was the official question? Verbatim.
Okay, I'm going to read the question again.
Yeah, because this matters. This matters.
I'm starting trouble.
Specifically, what do the Browns need to do with their 2 picks in the 7th round in order to make us consistent winners?
Okay, okay. I didn't really pay attention to the question.
Ed wins.
Ed wins. All right, Rob.
Ed wins.
I'm gonna give it to Jacob because at least he's had a
course you would.
strategy there. Ed had no strategy. He just said,
Ed
"You know
had
what?
no
We should
strategy.
just not. How about we just don't turn,
quit.
how
I
about
didn't
we
say
just don't
not.
turn the
I just
pick
said-
in and just give the picks to someone else? You know,
I
there's
didn't say that.
undrafted
I did
free-
not. That's not what I said.
You know,
I just said
Ed,
who
you
cares.
do realize there are Hall of Fame undrafted free agents, right?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Two of them.
I'm gonna break the tie. And Ed always says the fix is in. I'm always going for the other person. I'm always doing everything I can to disrespect Ed. And for that very reason, I'm just gonna vote for Ed. So shut the fuck up. I asked for a specific answer. You both didn't really get specific. Ed at least made me laugh. So Ed, you're the winner. You win Ed School this week. Good job.
Thank you. And Jacob, we're the opponent. He's mad. Jacob's mad at me.
No, I'm not. I'm still
Jacob's
angry
like, why
that
did I come on
sound
this
cut
show
out on
again?
me while everybody was eating. Because I thought everybody had muted their mics and they were like, "Oh, this is hilarious. We're gonna eat, and he's not gonna be able to figure out why he can't hear us."
Oh man.
But
And so I was-
honestly,
I'm-
you just made me think of something. Why do skydivers wear helmets?
birds, so that birds don't fly into their head and kill them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good
better
answer.
That's a way better answer than the Zed School question.
Yeah, if you would answer that,
yeah. I would have gave you the win. You would have been the winner. You would have been the winner.
You should have just said we should draft 2 birds.
Yeah, that would have.
Damn
Okay.
it!
all right. I'm gonna say goodbye to those two so we can really focus on our final game of the night. We'll send us off with this. Jacob, you are now writing for Dog Pound Daily. Everyone should go check that out. All 5 of you that are watching this at this point should check that out and give him 5 more clicks on all of his articles.
Yeah.
They are great, by the way. I actually went through all of your articles and I'm going to quiz the great Jacob Roach to see
No.
Yes.
how
Yes, sir.
is he actually just writing these things willy-nilly or does he pay attention? Let's see how he does answering questions about his own articles. We'll put the pressure on. He's either going to do great, which is going to be awesome because it shows Jacob's an expert, or he's going to do terrible, which will be awesome because it's going to be embarrassing. It's win-win radio here.
It is, yeah.
And I
It's
apologize
not
for calling this radio. This is
We're-
not radio. I'm
We're hoping that you use this in part of your interview tapes in the future.
Yeah, you could say, see, I write this stuff and I know. So we got let's see, 6 questions for you. You already killed it when you had to answer what picks the Browns have. So you've already
Right.
proven that you are an expert at the draft. But let's see how you do on these 6 questions about Jacob's articles. So 2 weeks ago, you wrote about 3 late round prospects that would be great for the Cleveland Browns. Name 2 of them.
It's Bo Melton and Daniel Bellinger.
I'll give you. You can do up to 3 answers. And,
It was Bo Melton. Bo Melton's like one of my favorite guys, so he was out there. Has it really been that long that I wrote that?
2 weeks. The site says 2 weeks ago. It could be like 10 days, and it would say 2 weeks. I don't
It
know.
like paraphrases
I'll
it.
give you
I
a
love
hint.
Daniel Bellinger, Bo Melton, Daniel Bellinger, Marquand McCall. I think was in there.
Is this like is this like Family Feud? When you say it, you get the as soon as it comes out.
I'm gonna have to go. Man, your 3 answers were Bo Melton, like you said, Marquand McCall, and Smoke Monday.
Oh, Smoke Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so you're starting.
because I had
off-
already written about about Daniel Bellinger like twice, so I knew I
Ah.
couldn't do that again.
You had to pick someone else. Got it.
You gotta
Okay.
you gotta step it up. You're not gonna
Hey, I
win
got
one of
2
those
them. I
T-shirts
said
we haven't had
Marquand
made.
McCall.
Oh, I apologize. Was that your 5th answer that you gave?
No, I said
Bo Melton
Bo
and Marquand.
Melton, Daniel Bellinger, Marquand McCall.
All right. I apologize. We're going to give that one to you then, because who fucking cares,
That's
right? It's a dumb show. No one's watching. All right.
It doesn't.
You're gonna win a T-shirt that we haven't had made yet.
Yeah, we have not had the T-shirt made, but you have a chance of winning if we do.
Got that to look forward to.
Exactly. You have a chance of winning a T-shirt. With pick 78 in your, you've completed 3 mock drafts for the Dog Pound Daily. with pick 78, in those 3 mocks, you selected an edge, a wide receiver, and a safety. Name 2.
Well, the safety was Jalen Petre. He'll never be there, but I did this last mock was, oh good lord, I know that the first pick was Logan Hall. That's like really funny that I'm like slipping there for a second. Wow, say that again. So it was safety, edge, what?
You selected an edge, a wide receiver, and a safety. You have gotten the safety right.
I think I wrote a 4th one where I picked Travis Jones. Because I know when the draft season started, he was still there. One time I did David Bell in the 2nd round. That was really funny. So that's the wrong round. Well, you know how embarrassing it is that off the top of my head that I wrote that one like last week, and that one was the edge, and because it went Logan Hall, and I don't feel like it's Kingsley and Agberry. Holy shit.
Well, you're already 1-0, so if you miss one, you could still win this game. So don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Oh, it's Josh Pascal. What
Josh Pascal, that's correct.
There you go.
And do you want to know do you have a wide receiver?
Will you give me just like a small hint?
It's someone from.
You better fucking get this.
Yeah, Ross.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Alec Pierce.
There it
Jesus.
is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good job, Jacob. The guy knows his stuff, clearly. Just takes him 15 minutes. Like it does to select a superhero.
Hey,
Okay.
I was the one that helped him remember all these names when we were writing this, just so you know, because I read all your stuff. He'd be like, who? I forget the one guy's name, and I'm like, it's Jalen Pike.
So once again, you've written 3 mock drafts for Dog Pound Daily. Everyone check it out. Who is the only player you've taken in multiple mocks?
There's only one.
There's only one.
I do know that I do try to change it up.
Yes, you do. Very obvious. But you
Is
did
it
have
Daniel Bellinger?
It is not Daniel Bellinger. It's Cameron Dicker. Dicker the kicker.
Dicker the kicker. I thought you didn't take a kicker in your last one because PFF frowns on
kicker
it.
all 3 of the mocks that I saw.
Oh.
No, I didn't take a kicker in the mock that I posted online with PFF, but
Right.
I didn't use PFF Simulator for any of the mocks I wrote for Dog Pound Daily. I did Pro Football Network NFL mock draft database.
So these are all these questions are about your Dog Pound Daily picks. So
Yeah.
we got
All
3 more questions here. In your 3 mocks, did you select more offensive, defensive, or special teams players?
I had a run of. I like a lot of the defensive depth in this draft. There's definitely some offensive players that go in there, but I said if I were to throw them all together, because I think some of the defensive players bleed over into special teams, I'm pretty fairly confident I've selected more defensive players than offense.
That is correct. You've actually taken 11 defensive players, 7 offensive players, and 3 special teamers. So, well done, Jacob. You actually just won the game. No, you're 1-2 now. 1-2. Sorry.
You had to know there was going to be a test tonight.
You're 2-1. 2-1 is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
You got to get one more right. Unfortunately, we have 2 more questions for you, so this is going to be super easy. 7 weeks ago, you wrote about 3 players the Browns should add that would give them elite speed. Name 2.
Skye Moore and Christian Watson.
There you
And
go.
the other one's Nick Cross.
That's absolutely right. You got 3 for 3. Let's see if you can get the last one right, because that'll be fun, right? Out of your 21 picks and your 3 mocks, which position did you select the most times? Now, this is just to show that you can go above winning. You can get more points right.
It's got to be a position where at some point in time I took multiple in one draft.
Right.
And I know in the beginning, I did at least one mock where we still had pick 13, and I would have doubled down. So I'm going to say it was wide receiver.
I don't think I saw a mock draft that was before we had 13, to be honest. The latest one I saw was...
I'm pretty sure I've done 4 for the website.
And I must not have gone back far enough. So we'll go ahead and give you one more chance. Eliminate that first draft and try one more time.
If it's not wide receiver, it's edge.
Okay. Well, it was wide receiver. I was fucking with you. No, it actually was defensive tackle.
Really?
You took 4 defensive tackles in the 3 drafts I saw. So anyway, you still win. You're a winner. You have a chance of winning a shirt that we might not even make. So that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
All right. I'm going to bring Ed and Ross back on so we can have some fun here. It's time to end the show. We had a blast. We've been having some trouble closing the show, so we've been putting it to Baby Manch to end the show. But if anyone wants to say anything before we send it to Baby Manch, now would be the time.
I do have something to say. I was, as host of the show, I was rudely interrupted earlier when I mentioned what Jacob was going to be doing with that Carolina Reaper. And I know he was upset about not having some of his draft selections on the board, which honestly, Ross, we should have known Jacob likes anime and maybe that, his
like
selection.
Things on there.
You know what? They had a teacher. What was the teacher all about, Ross?
There was some really
what was
weird...
I mean, there was some sus. There was some sus.
There was My Life as a Teenage Robot was on there, but they didn't have one of the biggest animes of all time.
So Jacob, what are you going to be doing with the Carolina Reaper and what for the money and everything? Because it's a good charity. I want you to get that out there.
So and this is the thing, and I told this, and you're going to make me do this, because I told Andy today, I said, I swear to God, if this thing goes viral, he's like, isn't that the purpose? And I'm like, yeah, but then my life is going to suck, right? So I made this tweet in honor of our good friend, Sir Yacht, Mr. Joey Kinsey. He knows how to say his name. And I was like, you know what? I feel very, very confident. I'm trying to bring this thing up here real quick. I feel very, very confident that the Browns are taking a wide receiver and taking that wide receiver early. So I vehemently said, if the Browns do not take a wide receiver on day 2 of the draft, and currently they have 3 selections on day 2, that I will eat a Carolina Reaper on our show. And I will not drink milk until I name every starting quarterback since 1999.
There's 32 of them, as we found out on the Dawg Chug a couple weeks ago.
All right, I got to ask a question on that one. Will you have a list prepared, or is it just can you come up with them?
I have done some studying, and it will be from memory.
Okay,
so
fair enough. That would be so much fun to listen as you're going through the emotion of
exactly.
The pain,
the physical and the emotional pain.
But I thought I want to, you know what I said, and I told this to Andy, I said, you know what, I'm going to do it anyway. So what's going to happen is if I lose the bet, I will eat the Reaper for free. However, if I win the bet, I'm going to do a charity, a GoFundMe for a charity called LifeWire, which is a charity that helps domestic violence victims find safe homes and resources to get out of the situations and recover from, the atrocities that they have suffered in their lives. And my plan is I'm going to do a GoFundMe charity fundraiser. If we hit the $500 mark, I'll eat the Reaper, and then we'll go from there, right?
I'm putting in 100. I've already said it. I'm putting in a Benji. 100.
Right. And so he's like, we're already be a fifth way there. And I said, however, if I win it, I'm going to still make this about charity. And what I'll do is for every $200, so let's say I lose the bet, I got to eat it anyway, right? So, but for every $200, I will add 30 seconds to how long I have to wait after naming the quarterbacks, up to 2 minutes. So up to $800, wow. I will do that. And if we hit $1,000, I'll eat a second one. Fuck it.
All right.
So I would eat the one, name the quarterbacks, wait 2 minutes, eat the other one.
Jacob, we're gonna have an opening on the Barking Browns for a host.
And I was like, but surely, like, I'm not big enough. Nobody's gonna see this. Nobody's gonna take it to $1,000. We're not gonna have to worry about it. And then Andy's like, "What if it goes viral?" And I was like, "Shit."
Well, it's gonna be fun. I love it.
Yep.
Let's see what happens. And
I'm
I
not
think,
eating none
I think you
again.
should, while you're waiting to chug that milk, I think you should do like a little beer chug, and you can even go more. Bud Ice Light. Bud Ice, whatever. Point is, it's gonna be amazing.
I just want to, Jacob. I know more about football because of you. You know, in a year, 2 years, 3 years, we're going to be sitting back. People will be like reading Jacob Roach like they're reading, you know, whatever.
Peter
everybody.
King.
And Peter King. And I'm going to be sitting back and I'll be like, yeah, that dude was on our podcast, man. That's a good friend of mine. And he gives me free T-shirts and coffee mugs and shit from all his gigs. Thank you, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
Jacob's gonna be huge.
You and Nick, because of you, there is a Dawg Chug.
Ed, I have to ask the question: how did the Jacob Roach quiz go?
He did fine. You always try to trip everybody up. Jacob, he does this to me all the time. The fix is in. He makes people try. That's what he does, his shenanigans and all that fun stuff. But that's why we love Andy Manchin. That's why we love the Dawg Chug.
So you said it went well.
It went great.
All right. Well, Baby Manch wanted to weigh in what he thought.
Oh,
jeez.
Oh, great. As if Jacob's articles aren't boring enough, let's turn them into a game. Asking for a friend, how many weeks into a pregnancy can you still receive an abortion in Ohio?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God.
That's Andy's son, all right.
Well, that sounds about right.
All right. Well, Baby Manch also wants to close out the show.
Thousands and thousands of dollars of therapy.
Yes.
With that,
Go fund me.
He wants to close out the show, and everyone should definitely fund as much money towards the Carolina Reaper because that's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to watch that. Ed's throwing in 100. I'm going to throw in half of whatever I win on your horrible bet, so you'll get nothing.
exactly. I feel good about that.
But anyway, Baby Manch, we suck at ending the show, so please, can you come up with an ending that's fun, that can move us along and not be quite as awkward? Here's your shot, bud.
Thanks so much for the draft guru Jacob Roach coming onto the Dawg Chug and boring our audience to sleep. Michael Jackson was so consumed with guilt from all the kid rape that sick fuck was up to that he needed a doctor to give him anesthesia to sleep. If only this episode was around, he could have delayed an early trip to an eternity in hell and put this 90-minute abomination on each night and slept like a baby. Thank you to Ross for that silly superhero game you put together. Your kids are almost as lucky to have such a cool dad as I'm about to be with my own father who can't make eye contact or string a fucking sentence together, but by the time I graduate high school, will fortunately be dead from all the alcohol he consumes and be getting raped by MJ in hell. Thank you, Ed, for only being mostly annoying tonight. I'm sure the couple loyal audience members that listen out of pity are thrilled you've been bumped up to host of the show, and pretty soon you can be the only podcast that features literally no audience. Someone check on Roger. I haven't heard a peep out of him for a good 15 minutes. Not sure if he croaked or if he's just asleep. And yet, not surprisingly, he was the best part of the show. Let's go Browns. Can't wait to see how they fuck it up this weekend and what losers we end up drafting. And with that, please tune in next Wednesday for another horrible episode of the Dawg Chug. Go Browns. Drink them if you've got them.
Oh my God.
Couldn't have said it better